Hi, my name is Logan Elmer, and this is my competitor site research. I've got the prompts right here. I'm just going to kind of run down them as they come, try to get through the video within 3 minutes. What works on these websites? So Kotaku and IGN and Game Informer all have very similar layout. Kotaku's is probably the most cookie cutter out of all of them. Everything is very functional, looks great, and works well. The interface is very intuitive. I know if I click on something, it takes me where I want to go. But the big problem is if I click on this page here, it's hard to find my way back. I have to click on the top left up here to go to Kotaku, which is kind of annoying. It's a little nitpicky, but I think it is kind of a major feature you should include, that you have your name at the top and you can click it and go to the home page. How well does each site flow from mobile? It works really well. I think that the mobile version of Kotaku is actually better than the primary, mainly because a golden K will pop up in the top left portion of the website, whereas it doesn't do that on here. If you click to, sorry, didn't mean to do that. If you click on another web page, it'll pull it up. No, you click on, we'll click on their best, and you see there's a little gray Kotaku that pops up, and it's kind of hard to see. If you're new to the website, you won't know where that is. So I think if they had put like a big Kotaku at the top or put a little golden K like they have on the mobile, that would have been good. Sorry about that. Which site has the most consistent brand management? Game Informer and IGN, I think, are a bit more on point. Kotaku doesn't really. I mean, they have their color scheme, which is the gold. They have that in a couple places, but it's mainly white. A lot of white on all of these websites. Which site has greater implemented accessibility? All of these websites are extremely accessible. You log in, you can find what you want very easily. They usually have a search bar. There's Kotaku's right there. You just click it, and you can type up what you want. And which site has more personality is cookie cutter? Kotaku, they're all pretty cookie cutter websites, if I'm being entirely honest. They look very the same. And while this may be unique to game journalism websites in general, I think they all look the same. So it can kind of make them blend together. Up next, we have Game Informers, which kind of similar as Kotaku. It works very well, very functional. They have a little bit more of a stylized. They have kind of an interesting font going on. Taskbar looks clean. If I click on a tab, it'll take me there, and then I can click Game Informer and go back without any worries. Very easy to use. I know where everything is. How well does each site flow for mobile? There's our ad. All of these sites, it feels good on mobile. You log in, it still keeps this text over, under the articles, kind of giving you a slight idea of what to expect, which is nice. They're pretty consistent to their brand. They have the black and white and blue. A lot of white. So, and you have your writing at the top, which you kind of want your company name. So I think that's good branding. And then which site has greater implemented accessibility? Looks good, functions, yada yada yada. Which site has a personality or is cookie cutter? They're all kind of cookie cutter, but I think IGN is definitely the more cookie cutter, or has the more personality out of the three. And then lastly, we have IGN. So everything really works on this site. You click on your tab, you go back, you can go. IGN should pop up at the top. It looks a little different, but I still get the gist. I click it, I can go back. Very functional. Everything's easy to read. Unless we have a live stream pop up because we're on the website. That's fine. And then, how well does each site flow for mobile? They all worked very well. IGN's was the most finicky. I don't know if I like it or hate it. It's got one of those side menus. I'll put a screenshot in the video that kind of gives you the taskbar, which is nice, but you kind of have to look around the website really quick to find it, whereas with the taskbar, your options are right there. So I think that one comes down to a bit more preference. Which site has the most consistent brand aesthetic? I think I'm going to give it to IGN, simply because they do kind of have a little Pikachu, and it's kind of game focused, so it kind of keeps that going. And they also have their logo and their name, which Game Informer didn't do, but their name has kind of become their logo. Kotaku did it as well, but they don't really have a logo either. So I kind of like IGN's. And then which site has greater implemented accessibility? Again, they're all saying function very well in terms of they're very well designed sites. Don't get me wrong, they're put together very well. I just think that they're a little cookie cutter in terms of the design. They all have very similar design. Which site has personality or is cookie cutter? So I think IGN's probably has the most personality, whereas I would give Kotaku's the least personality. So this has been my video. Thank you for listening. Have a nice day.